Okay, before we get too much further, I want to kind of offer up something that's really fun about making video games, especially when it comes to environment building. I think I can duplicate this. Let's see, can I duplicate this? If not, Control V. Nope, that's okay. We can build a new one. So I'm going to go in this prefabs again, or meshes, and I'm going to grab this wall base, wherever it may reside. Boop, boop. Right. And I'm going to grab my wall fence line. I'm going to slide this up here. Kind of just position this right there. Hit F and get it in there. I'm not going to get too precise with it. I can do it here. I can do it in the next step. What I'm doing is kind of assembling a new prefab. Not kind of, definitely. Okay, so I'm going to grab those two. And actually, let's do this. Let's grab that. Create empty. Set that up there. Remember I was talking about how you can move things around? So I'm going to grab this in here and throw that into the game object. And now I want to call this I don't know, wall fence. Alright, I grab that, and now I'm going to drag that into the prefabs. Boom. Now I'm going to grab this, and that's a prefab at this point. I'll go back to the prefabs and do my wall fence, double click on it, and you can go right back to your normal list. But if I double click on it here, it's just going to show me here. So I want to go into my prefabs folder where I created it. And then what I want to do is select both these guys, and I can just actually, I think I can add a component and just add a box collider. Boom, boom, boom. I can edit the collider. Excuse my dog, my neighbors are moving into the new place, and so my dog wants to let them know that he is not happy with it. Alright, so we'll just move that up. There's a very difficult, hard to see dot on each one of the faces of your object that you're trying when you have edit collider on there, so we can move things around. It looks very much like a Maya face selection scheme. So there's that. Now I think I need to make this a little longer, so I'm going to just scale it a little bit. If I scale it in here and I go back and fix it in Max, it's going to affect it here. So I got to be very careful about how I pick those battles. But I'm going to go ahead and scale this one right now. Go back into theirs. Let's close that. And so there's our wall fence. And so that's its own object, prefab now. So I can use this to kind of dress out maybe like where the fighters come into the arena. Excuse my dog as he drinks his water. He's a very quiet, small dog. Very much, not at all any of those traits. He's a very large, loud dog. So there, hit Control, grab that, Control copy, Control V. Now here's the snapping tool. If I want to snap on the mesh, I don't have these actually built very well for snapping, but I think I can probably snap part of it. Let's see. Let's slide that in. The snap though, you would hold V for vertex. You can grab any vertex on the geometry and snap to any vertex you can run your mouse over. Very handy, very quick. Okay, so with that, let's go back into our meshes and let's build up our first floor, floor 01. That is built off in 3ds Max. I love the dynamic it's trying to snap for us. It's so great. There's a couple things we could do here. I mean, I know I could actually go back and rebuild the basic walls here. And put them as a big puzzle piece, like Legos. Just so y'all know, I'm holding the right mouse button and I'm using WASD and Q and E to navigate my camera. So I could come in here and then actually take this and combine these together to create specific floor pieces that would actually rotate around for me pretty quickly. As an example, let's go ahead and do it real quick. Let's do a prefab again. What I'm going to do is open up the wall prefab, which is what this is, wall base. I'm going here, and I'm going to go into my meshes. I'm going to grab my floor 01, stick it on there. I'm going to add a collider to that particular object. It's going to be a mesh collider because I want it to actually go with the angle of the actual rotation. I'm going to go back into here. Okay. Now let's go a little tighter. I think I need to rotate this around and go the other route because I want pillar to pillar. But I may be wrong, which is the beauty of this kind of squirming through the stuff. This is basically me sketching in 3D, and I do this a lot. I love doing this. I encourage all my students to do this. It's such a fun thing to do. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, I did it wrong. Sweet. Let's go back in there. Which one is it? Prefabs. And it's going to be all base this one. So grab that, rotate. Move it back over here. So I may rebuild the floors to where they actually match up with the walls a little more effectively, which will be one of those things I do when I go back into the refining process. Drop over here. And so there, look at that. Now I don't want to do that all the time because like now that wall, if I want to drive that in there, I'll have to actually, if I don't want to have that kind of setup, then that's not the right piece for this particular setup. I may need to build another one, but again, I'm using simple objects and I'm reusing them over and over, which is the beauty of it. I like it on the wall, so I'm gonna delete that. We're gonna go back and fix it again. Just adjust it. I like it right there on the edge. Even if the little overhang might be cool. Hit play, let's look. I like the overhang. That adds a nice little piece to it. All right. Now, when we get into the higher quality of the renderings, we can add more bounce light to this. They'll take care of this really dark black shadows. The way we would do it in this simple version of Unity is actually just put some lights all around there, like torches and stuff, and get the brightness up a little bit and just kind of fake it until we make it type thing. All right. Starting to see some really cool action here. I'm really starting to enjoy how this is coming out. Cool. All right. So there's our second floor. Didn't even have to do a whole lot of work to get that going. Didn't even use my reference image. Like I said, I don't think I need it much anymore. Now, what we want to do is add the next set of walls, which is going to be, we can do wall fence. And actually right here, what I'm thinking about doing is adding these to it. So I may actually take those and go into here and add this piece to it. And this is just making arena so much faster for world builders. Let's get that, make sure that we can do that 90 degrees. I think that's 90. We'll have to probably get out of isometric. I mean, get into isometric, excuse me. There we go. Sorry that took so long. Throw that in there. That looks like it needs to get scaled too. So I'm not going to scale it in here. I'm going to scale it in the, back in Max. Let's get it nice and placed in there though. All right, cool. Go back into here. Sweet. Now to finish that off, I'll just throw one on here just to get it up here. Control Z. There we go. So one of the things that I'm going to do is make a checklist for me to work on. And one of those things would be to fix the length of my small short walls, make sure they all connect better. And I'll probably actually just create a fence post just so I can add an end cap for one of those